Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Football Fignuts podcast. This is Season 9, Episode 15, and altogether 365 episodes. That's like a full year. My name is Craig.
And my name is Britt.
And Britt, we are back once again.
Yes.
For whatever the hell. We took a week off, and we're back for whatever the hell this NFL season is, because it's, yeah.
Yeah,
it's something.
I have had a lot of trouble really focusing in on football this year because it has been such a strange year. So I get it. I get it. It's just been bizarre out there, and every time I turn around, it gets a little bit weirder. But hey, you know what? We've got time to discuss that. Let's start where we always start. Craig, what are you drinking tonight?
So tonight, since I ate way too much rice for dinner, I'm drinking water.
Oh no.
Because I can't fit anything else in my stomach right now.
What's with the rice?
I don't know. I was just in a rice mood, and I ate too much.
You ate like a shit ton of rice.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't really. I can't argue with you because I've been there myself. We went for hibachi a couple weeks back with my wife's family, and I don't know when the last time you did hibachi was.
It's been a while.
But, it's been a while. So the first thing they cook is the rice.
Right.
So there I am smelling meat cooking and watching an onion volcano erupt and all this crazy shit. And this guy's literally got a squeezed bottle of sake and he's going around the table. Just anybody who will open their mouth, he's shooting sake in their mouth. And I'm starving. So I just started picking at the rice.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the meal was done, the rice was half gone. And I wasn't hungry anymore. I didn't want to eat anything. And I'm like, shit.
Oops. Did not pace yourself.
I did not pace myself. I got too involved in watching Christy's mother-in-law, who did 3 runs of sake.
Nice.
Over the course of the meal. She's like this little 70-year-old lady. And every time he's holding up the bottle, the first time we had to talk her into it, and she took the shot of sake. And the second time, she picked up the bottle and she opened her mouth immediately, which was a mistake. She wasn't like she was begging it, but she was almost like, yeah, he's going to come to me, so I'm just going to get ready. So that the third time he picked up the bottle right before he served us, he looked straight at her. He didn't go around the table. I'll start left to right or go right to left. Nope. He went straight to her.
Nice.
And so she had a lot of sake. So you're a man who loves Japanese food and Japanese culture. Do you like sake?
Yes. Oh, I love sake. I don't know anyone else personally that enjoys sake, but I enjoy it cold and hot.
You can have it hot?
Yeah, like originally, I don't know if it's still a thing. I have to look into it more. Like, people said that if the sake is warmed up, and they serve it to you like hot, it's like a cheaper sake, but I like it. I like both. I actually have bought a smaller bottle of a draft sake in the fridge.
Okay, wait. I don't know what that means. What is a draft sake?
It's just they sell in like these little bottles, like. They're probably, like, you know how, like, the sake cups are really small? You know, they're little tiny cups. This bottle's probably, like, 4 of those cups. So it's like a,
What's like a 12-ounce beer bottle?
Yeah, essentially.
Is it flavored?
They do have flavored ones. This one in particular that I have is not flavored.
You know, because now that you're saying that, I've been meaning to tell you this for about 3 years. I swear to God, you just jogged my memory, and I've been meaning to tell you this forever. There is a liquor store down the street from me that has an entire wall of 12-ounce bottles of sake, all in different flavors.
Oh, nice.
It's so my wife has a beauty treatment once a month, and I drive her, go right after work, and it takes about 15 minutes. Well, I found this little liquor store right down the street, and it had a really good craft beer selection. So while I was killing time, she's getting her treatment done. I'm over there and I go by this whole wall of like what is all this? It's got like trees on it and it's got Japanese characters. And I stopped and I looked at it. I was like, oh, this is sake. I have to tell Craig. I've been back in that store 40 times since I first discovered it. And I keep saying, oh, I got to tell Craig. I keep forgetting to tell freaking Craig this exists. And
well, now you just did.
I had my phone out. One time I had my phone out. I'm like, I'm going to take a goddamn picture and I'm going to send it to him in the moment so I don't forget. And there was it was so busy in the store, the line was blocking the display. So I'm like, either just try to remember, or I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, can you get out of line so I can take a picture of this for my friend? Because I don't have the memory power to tell him it exists. So,
but now you do. You remembered.
Yeah, ooh, I'm having a thought, Craig.
Yeah.
Before we get into this, I'm having a thought.
Okay.
A week from Sunday is Britsgiving. You're coming up here.
Yep.
Maybe we should take a quick side trip and show you the sake wall.
We could.
It's like 10 minutes from my house. It's past the mall. It's like 5 minutes past the mall. It's right on the edge of Orange, just to give you an idea. You pass Clockwork Comics and it's right there.
Oh, okay. All right.
So just to give you an idea. Okay, anyway. So there you go. I've redeemed myself for 3 years. I've been meaning to tell Craig about this sake and ask him about sake, and now that we went from rice to hibachi to sake to Brit's bad memory. But
and you know what? Sake is made, with rice, so it's fine. It's good.
Is it right? See, my ignorance of sake cannot be understated. I know nothing.
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say sake's like it's like any other drink. There's whole different versions of it. There's like a cloudy sake, which I've never had, but it's supposed to be really good. Like you saw, there's different flavors and whatnot. So it's a whole genre within itself.
Yeah, I mean, was it last year or the year before I brought you the Japanese whiskey for Christmas? Was it last year? 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago. I have no concept of time anymore, but yes, I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, same thing. I was standing in front of that section. I was at Total, which if you're from the Northeast, Total Wine and Liquor is one of those places you can go in there and go, I need one bottle of malt liquor they haven't made since 1986, and it's going to cost you $200, but they'll find a copy of this bottle. It's just the way they do. And they had an entire 4-foot wide section, 6 shelves of Japanese whiskeys. And I'm standing there and I'm staring at it. And then all of a sudden, this guy just appears next to me and he goes, do you need some help? And I'm like, I don't know shit about Japanese whiskey, but my podcast partner loves them. So, and he's like, well, and this is the problem. When you go to this, you don't ever know. Is the guy trying to make a sale, or is he going to give you a good suggestion?
Yeah.
But he picked up this mid-range bottle. He didn't even pick up the most expensive bottle because he saw me looking at the most expensive bottles. And he's like, no. He goes, your guy has had Japanese whiskey. I'm like, yeah, he likes Japanese whiskey. No. Don't go for the expensive stuff. What did he call it? He was like, that's tourist whiskey. And he said, this shelf right here. And he pointed at 4 different kinds. He goes, this one's this way. And I ended up buying you a bottle of that. And I just remember you saying, this is not bad. You liked the whiskey.
It was good.
So
it was good.
It was good. But I mean, that just goes to show I know absolutely nothing about alcohol outside of the U.S. except for Scotch. I know my Scotch.
See that? So I mean, Scotch. And again, Scotch is a whole thing to itself.
Oh, so you got Space Side, you got Islay, you got blended, you got fancy blended, you got there's a ton of different ways to do Scotch. So I remember last year for Britsgiving. And I'm sorry, I'm getting us a little sidetracked, but we'll get moving in a moment here, folks. I trusted my gut, and I saw a single malt smoky Scotch. I think it was called Smokehead, and it was there in the store again this week because I've already started scouting out Scotches for Britsgiving. And I was like, no, never again. Never again. And it was like, well, but it's a single malt Islay. Yup, it sure was. Sure was. And I could soak my socks and probably make a better Scotch out of that. So anyway. So, all right, so sake and Scotch, that's the theme of the episode right there. I am drinking diet soda tonight, and the reason is because I don't have any beer in the house this moment. And the reason I don't have any beer in the house this moment is because tomorrow after work, I'm going to Two Roads Brewing in Stratford, Connecticut, because Holiday Ale has released.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Yep, so cue the music. The Holiday Ale will flow tomorrow.
Now, are you just going to buy a case of it on your way out the door?
I'm a little poor at the moment, so probably not the case. I get paid on Friday, and again, we have Britsgiving the week after, so I gotta buy turkey and all the frickin' stuff that we don't already have covered because you guys bring a ton of food. But I will definitely have Holiday Ale in the fridge for when you guys get here. I will promise you that. But I'm gonna get a mug full of it, I'm gonna sit and sample it. As we all know, Holiday Ale is one of those beers at Two Roads, that does vary slightly from year to year.
Yeah.
And there's been years where it's been very malty, and there's been years when it's been a little watery. So I need to sit and have one off the tap before I make any judgment calls on it. Last year wasn't bad, but 2023's was really watery, and nobody seemed to like it, except for me. So we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, so Holiday Ale is back and will be flowing appropriately tomorrow. So okay. So yeah, so no alcohol tonight, but alcohol tomorrow. Check back with me tomorrow. All right, let's get on to burning hot takes. Craig, you want to give, you want to receive tonight?
I will give.
What do you got for me?
So this past week, in whatever the hell season this is,
Right.
The Dolphins beat the Bills. And I just want were you shocked? Were you surprised? Is this just another case of it's a division game and it doesn't matter how terrible or good the teams are?
You know me. We've been watching football so long. We are used to dominant teams. A couple teams being dominant. You know, not all of them are going to be good, but we're very used to seeing, okay, these 2 or 3 teams are going to be real strong contenders this year. And until Sunday, I thought the Bills were in that category. I thought there are teams that play well during the regular season and go nowhere. See Marty Schottenheimer's Chiefs, for example. But I thought the Bills were clearly the class of the AFC before last week. They should be 7-2 and a half game behind. So the best 3 teams in the AFC are the Patriots, the Colts, and the Broncos, all at 8-2.
Now, imagine, really quick aside, imagine if someone told you that in July. That by
I would not. No. One of them? Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I can see the Colts getting off to a hot start. Oh, yeah, I can see the Broncos getting off to a hot start. But all 3 of them? No. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. The New England Patriots would have 73 points more scored in the points for column than the points against column? No. Never in a million years would I have seen that coming. So, but I don't think any of them are real Super Bowl contenders. I don't think the Patriots are Super Bowl contender. I don't think the Colts are a realistic Super Bowl contender. I don't think the Broncos are. The problem is there is no real dominant team. I like to apply, and that's where I'm kind of going with this little rant. I like to apply the WWE standard of King of the Hill kind of thing. To be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Yep.
The problem is everybody has been beaten by everybody else. And this week, the Dolphins knocked off the Bills. And like, what in the holy hell am I watching? Through 10 weeks, if you've had your bye, you've played 9 games. So to me, 7 wins is the same as 8 in most circumstances. The top 2, I already read off the top 3 teams in the AFC. The top 2 teams in the NFC are the Eagles and the Seahawks on the Rams. But the Steelers are leading the AFC North at 5-4 with a negative point differential, by the way. Every team in the AFC North has a negative point differential.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad up there. It's bad.
It's bad. And your Bengals are 3-6. You have already thrown in the towel on this. You have told me this before. I understand your frustration. At 3-6, I don't blame you. But they're only 2 games out of the division lead.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, their defense just needs to not suck. That's the problem.
And you know what? That's exactly. I know some people sit there and go, "Well, the defense isn't that bad." They are the only team in the National Football League that has 300 or more points against.
Yeah, they're not
only team.
They're not good. Joe Flacco can be 3-0 as a Bengal right now, but their defense decided, I was like, nah.
I mean, they're scoring more points than the Browns. They're on pace with the Ravens. They're better than the Steelers in the point scoring department. They just have to stop other teams.
Yeah, at least a couple times it would help. Like the Giants game was just stupid.
And that's why I'm not like done on the Bengals. I'm really, really not done. This team could, let's just be honest. Will it happen? Probably not. But this team could rattle off 6 wins.
I mean, with the way this season's going, they absolutely could.
That's what I mean.
Could.
That's what I mean. don't forget the Broncos and Patriots are both 1-2. They've won 7 in a row each. This year is strange. So I have no idea what to expect out of this year. I have no clue who to predict to go to the Super Bowl. I just looked at the NFL futures on ESPN Bet. The Chiefs are still the favorite to win the Super Bowl. How?
Really?
They're 5-4.
And they're in third. Wow, they're in third.
They're 5-4. They're not in a playoff spot at the moment. Wait, maybe they are.
No, well.
Okay, technically they are.
Yeah.
Technically they are. But they're in the last playoff spot at the moment. If the season ended today, they'd have to go to see the Colts or the Patriots. So this year is crazy. I can't predict anything that's going to happen. There is no dominant team. I can't predict what's going to go on with the Super Bowl. But you know what? This is really good for the league. Really good for the league. Parity is good for the league. I think the Eagles, even though the fact they're 7-2, they're vulnerable. I don't think that they're necessarily going to. I mean, they're going to win the division because they've already got a 4-game lead in the division.
Yeah.
So they're going to win the division. But like I look at the NFC North, there's only 2 games between first and last. I mean, hell, even the Falcons are still in it. The Panthers are 5-5, kids.
Did you know what? I did not even realize they were 5-5.
They're 5-5. I mean, it's so let's have that conversation. Who is done? Can we say the Cardinals are done at 3-6?
The Cardinals are done.
Yeah, because Murray's done. There's no recovery there. The Saints are done at 2-8, but and the Giants are done at 2-8. Are the Commanders done at 3-7?
Yeah, especially if they lose this week, then yeah, I would say they're done.
I think they're out of they're on the
edge.
What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they're on the edge. They're on the breathing machine right now, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I put them in the same boat as the Bengals. If we're talking about this 3 weeks from now and they've won 3 in a row and they're almost 500, I wouldn't be shocked. All right, AFC. Vegas is done 2-7. Titans done 1-8. Browns done 2-7. Jets done 2-7. But that's it. Even Miami at 3-7, I'm not convinced is done. Not after this week.
Not after that. After that win, who knows? Maybe they can come. They can come back. I mean, I don't know how, but I mean they could.
Houston Texans are 4-5, but they're only a game out of the playoff spot. They rattle off 2 or 3 wins in a row, and all of a sudden they're in the conversation for a playoff game. This year is wide open. I'll tell you one thing though that's jumping out to me as I'm looking at the stats. The Colts are 8-2. They're 6-0 at home.
That's crazy.
They've already played 6 home games. I don't see. There's a couple. The Chargers have played 6. Almost everybody else has played 4 or 5. So that means they've got 7 games left, and only 2 or 3 of them are at home. They're gonna finish a lot on the road. That's telling to me. That's there's something to be said about playing at home. So what? All right. So after all of that, what are your thoughts?
I lost my train of thought on that.
We just went down the rabbit hole.
We did. Yeah, I think the Bills. I really feel like the Bills' Super Bowl window with this team is closing,
rapidly shrinking. Yep,
they're shrinking, closing.
That was the original.
However you want to say it, but
yeah,
that
was the original question, kids. Are you shocked that the Bills lost to the Dolphins? And 75 points later, I'm talking about playoff chances. So go on.
But let's look at so if we look at their schedule, let me see. Let's scroll down a little bit.
We're looking at the Bills?
The Bills. They play the Bucks, which...
Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you.
Right now, if the Bucks win, I won't be shocked.
No, I go either way.
Then they play the Texans.
They should win that.
Then they play the Steelers.
They should win that.
Then they play the Bengals.
Sorry, but they should win that.
Yep. Then they play the Patriots.
They should win that.
Keyword.
They should.
Then here's another trap game, the Browns.
The week of Christmas in Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
They should win that.
And then they close with 2 home games, the first one against the Eagles, and then the last one against the Jets.
So I'm going to say there's 3 games here I think can go either way. And that's the Bucks, the Pats, and the Eagles. The other games, they should win all but 1 or 2 of those unless they're unless they're in complete meltdown mode. Now, conventional wisdom would say they're going to come out and absolutely destroy the Buccaneers this week because they're home and they're angry. But even now, they're only a 5.5 point favorite. That's it.
Can you imagine a scenario right now where the AFC Championship game is Drake May versus Daniel Jones?
I would fucking love it. I would. You know what? I'm going to do?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what we're going to do.
All right.
We're going to invite Cinch over to Sean's house.
Okay.
So that Cinch, who hates Drake May with all of his being, has to sit on the couch next to Sean's wife, Stephanie, who will not even say the name Daniel Jones. And I want the two of them to sit next to each other and see if their combined hatred in the moment can open up some sort of parallel dimension or a gate to hell.
I also know he hates Mac Jones. Does he hate Drake more as much?
Oh no! Sorry, I'm getting Drake May and Mac Jones confused in my head. Sorry. No. It's been a long week. I'm tired today. So no, Mac Jones is who he hates. Mac Jones. Cinch is right now driving in his truck going, "No, you idiot! I love Drake May. It's Mac Jones.
Okay,
I hate Mac Jones."
All right, then we can correct it. We can have. Can you imagine there be a Super Bowl of Mac Jones versus Daniel Jones?
Now we have Cinch and Stephanie on the couch. Now I expect to get up to go get a drink from the fridge and come back and see like demons dancing around them from like some sort of bad puppet 80s horror movie. Like trying to think of like hobgoblins. That's
there you
a great
go.
one.
That was a good one.
Like hobgoblins are like gremlins from another dimension dancing around them while they're like, see, they're so bad they summon demons. Jesus, how did? But it's possible. It's possible. There is nothing off the table right now. Hold on. Let me look at the futures right now. Indianapolis is plus 1,000 to make the Super Bowl. And Mac Jones is, San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Plus 4,000. And that's the problem. The top teams, Kansas City's plus 500 and the Rams and Philly are tied at plus 700, which says to me, everybody just seems to think, you know what? As a matter of fact, hold on, before I get there. It's the Chiefs, the Rams, Philly. The next highest team is tied is Detroit and Seattle. So of the top 5 teams to win the Super Bowl, 4 are from the NFC, and the 5th one is the Chiefs.
Huh.
It's almost like they're like, you know what? It's just, we're so sick of this. This is what's going to happen. Chiefs are going to go like 9-8 and then win 4 playoff games in a row. And now they're in the fucking Super Bowl again. That's what bettors seem to be thinking. That's just what they seem to be thinking.
I wonder what they are thinking now even, there's been more betting controversies, but we can talk about that later. But
yeah, you know what? We can go to that. We can go to that now. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around that. And I'll use my burning hot take on this. I'm having trouble understanding. So I saw the news, and I'm going to be, again, completely honest with everybody. I kind of took a step back from sports this week just because I need to clear my head. It's been very busy. A pitcher got implicated for tipping balls and strikes at $5,000 a pop.
I believe that's what it was.
And the guy's on a $20 million contract over like 4 or 5 years. So he's making $4 million a year, but he's working with bookies to make like an extra 10 to 20 grand per game. Why?
Yeah. Now the Major League Baseball and Sportsbook have agreed to limit nationwide betting on pitches.
We should not be betting on pitches.
Prominent U.S. sportsbooks are establishing a nationwide $200 betting limit on baseball wagers centered on individual pitches and prohibiting such bets from being included in parlays in an attempt to decrease the incentive for manipulation.
Wait a minute. We're just putting a cap on how much?
Yes. And you can't put it in a parlay.
No. Eliminate the practice. Single play or single item bets should not be a thing.
No. So here's the alleged role in gambling schemes centered on whether individual pitches would be balls or strikes, as well as the under-over on the really, you can bet on the under-over of the velocity of the pitch.
Oh my God.
According to the indictment, gamblers won approximately $450,000 on bets on individual pitches during the scheme.
I am absolutely dumbfounded by this. Okay, so I have bet on the result of an at-bat. I have bet on the result of a football drive. But there are multiple things that come into play there. A single football play, a single pitch. Trying to think of what else. Not basketball, a possession? Can you bet on the outcome of a possession? I mean, that kind of seems like that basketball was so
probably
quick, I don't see how you would. That seems like
you can bet on like the next 3-point score or whatever.
But that's like safety, like first touchdown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's but to sit there and say the next shot is going to be made or missed.
Yeah,
that is crazy to me that we're allowing that, and that's where you can manipulate because unless you're Michael Jordan, the outcome of one shot rarely changes a basketball game. Well, I shouldn't say that, but generally speaking, and they're not, and no athlete is taking that extra money in the fourth quarter. They're taking it for the first or second quarter.
Yeah,
we have to be if we're not smarter as a consumer populace and as a nation that likes sports betting, then we are going to ultimately lose it because eventually we're going to have the Black Sox all over again. I would be disappointed to see it go. Although I've been so bad at betting this year, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Matter.
It's kind of crazy. In a very short amount of time, we went from, people at work being like, "Hey, do you want this slip? Just pick some football games. It's 10. Yeah. It's $20." To now it's like, or you have to go to Vegas or a casino, and now it's just it's literally everywhere. Like even during commercials of sports games, or like during halftime, or halftime or timeouts, there's like mention of it. Or like, hey, do you know the money line on this next play? This next game. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I had a guy 20 years ago. I had a guy I bowled with. Sean and I bowled in the same league, and we would geez, just blew out of my mind. He would bring us slips every week, and I would $5 pick 3 games, and he'd come back to me and hand me $30 or say you got close, whatever it was. Half the time I didn't even remember to write down who I bet on, so it would be like, all right, fuck it, it's gone. And he'd show up with like an envelope with like $35 and go, hey, good week last week. And I'd always give him $5, and I can remember being very young and in high school, and one of the guys we worked with in a grocery store had a guy. And the source of all people, I think it's safe to tell this story now. He's old enough now that they can't get anybody for this. I can remember one day the source coming to me and saying, "I'm putting money on San Diego State." And I went, "What? Do you even know anything about San Diego State?" He goes, "I know one thing. They got this young kid named Marshall Faulk, and he's running all over the goddamn place." And I went, "Okay." And then and he put like $5 on it. And then the guy who was our contact came in that Monday and was like, "Hey, here's your $10." I was like, "Oh, okay." Easy. So
yeah,
we've got to get it smarter with this, guys. Listen, there's going to be fixing. People are going to anyway. I'm stuttering tonight because I'm so just like, oh my God, I can't believe we have to say this. Organized crime. Now, whether you look in your head and you see that's like Goodfellas or local street gang, but criminals who are working together, however you want to envision that, are going to always look for ways to make money off of the general population. And fixing a sports bet has always been an easy one for them. It is not hard for them to do. All they have to do is put enough money in one guy's pocket to learn one thing and then exploit it. And let me tell you something. The ball boy working in the locker room, he overhears, yeah, Joey's not going to play this week. Well, we won't put him in active, but we'll make sure he plays. We don't want him to play. We'll play 1 or 2 snaps with him and then pull him out just to be safe. that guy is going to go ahead and pick up a phone and go, I got 10 grand. You give me 10 grand. I got some info for you. Because that guy is then going to go and take like 50 grand and bet on the under for whatever Joey's stat line is and make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So we have to be smarter, and we have to stop betting on things and allowing betting on things that are so easy to fix, like one pitch.
Honestly, I did not even know, because I know you can bet on with baseball. I know you can bet on scores and home runs and at bats and whatever. I had no clue you could bet on the velocity of a pitch.
I've seen live bets where you can bet on the outcome of an at bat, and it's multiple levels, Craig.
Oh, really?
You can bet as simply as reaches base or doesn't reach base.
Okay.
You can bet hit versus walk versus out. I saw one site that even allowed you to for higher odds to say out will be performed by this position number.
Huh.
So $5 on out to number 9. Oh, he flies out to right field. I just won. I've seen those bets in the past. I've just shook my head at them, and I'm like, okay, that's a little over specific. I mean, I did predict that Brett Batty would hit a home run in his first ever at bat as a Met, and accidentally, not his first ever at bat, but his first ever game. And I actually turned out to be right on that. But I think we were recording that night because Sean was like, "Oh my God, you just won."
I think we were actually.
I think we were recording that night. So, yeah, but we've got to be smarter, or else it's going to end up going away. Why do you think it was illegal in the first place? When it funds criminal activities and it screws over consumers, like we have we had a chance to talk about the gambling controversy on the Kick site yet?
No. I mean, I know they show gambling.
So Kick.com, which is the home of my other podcast, Boomer Ground, was started by a bunch of gamblers because Twitch, which was like one of the more popular sites, decided it was going to do away with gambling on its site. There was too much risk involved. There's a lot of disclosure involved with it when you show live gambling. There were people who were claiming they were taking tens of thousands of dollars in losses. And there was a addiction expert saying that's feeding the addiction. So anyway, Twitch decided no more gambling. So a group that runs a poker betting site started Kick.com. And basically Kick is like the Wild West of streaming. Anything goes, basically. There's no real rules there. But one of the guys that they signed to be a player on their site is the rapper Drake.
Okay.
And Drake would go on and play poker, and sometimes he'd win and sometimes he'd lose, blah, blah, blah. But he was promoting the site. He was promoting the people who were running the poker site.
Okay.
And they never disclosed it was a paid promotion.
Oh, the FCC doesn't like that.
Kick was giving him money to play in the poker games.
Oh.
And saying, here, no risk on your part. You get an appearance fee, and here's the $20,000 entry fee for this tournament, so you lose nothing. Blah, blah, blah. You're just making an appearance. Well, some jackass in Missouri thought all this was real, and that Drake was actually playing with money he cared about.
Oh.
And ended up losing a lot of money on their website. Oh, and by the way, the website is not authorized to operate in the state of Missouri.
Oh, no, this is getting worse.
It's getting worse. So now this guy is suing Kick.com, is suing the betting organization that owns Kick.com, and is suing Drake. Saying, you guys misrepresented your product. You didn't tell me it was illegal to partake in it. And now I'm out like $100,000, and I think you guys need to pay me back because you broke the law.
Oh, dear.
This is what happens when we're not careful with stuff like gambling.
And
you should be able to do that if you want to do it, but you gotta be smart about it and be upfront.
Yeah, and I think Kick actually uses Amazon's web service too, so I'm sure Amazon isn't thrilled either.
Well, Kick is in trouble too. Not in trouble, but there's been questions about their legitimacy because reportedly they somehow got a hold of the source language from Twitch.
Oh, really?
And basically if you go to Kick.com and open another window and open Twitch.tv and put them side by side, the color schemes are different, but the layout's almost identical.
Oh.
The layout's identical. How it works, how it shows preferred people and front page people is all the same. Guys, when it comes to betting, you have to be smarter. Because if you're not, shit like this happens. And then we all lose betting. And then what are Craig and I going to do with our time?
Damn it.
I might have to go back to school or something like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn a new hobby.
Exactly.
Exactly. And speaking openly, I haven't played poker in a long fucking time. I'm jonesing for a poker game.
Well, put it on your phone.
No. I want to sit around a table with people and play. There's something hits differently when you can see the people you're playing with, and you have cards in your hand. It's
true. It's different.
It's just different. When was the last organized poker game I played was on my cruise, and that would have been July of 2024. That was the last time I actually sat at a poker table and played live poker.
Britt's gambling in international waters.
International waters, baby. Anything goes in the Atlantic Ocean. Anything goes. I played 3 poker tournaments on that trip, and I cashed in all 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually kind of shocked that I did, because I'm not that good a poker player. I'm really not. But something about when you put me on a cruise boat, I am up on the cruise casinos. I think I've said this before too. I've taken, I think, total of 4 cruises in my life, and every time I've walked out of the casino with more money than I walked in with. Every single time.
And it's just on cruises, not here.
And it's just on cruises. Oh yeah, drive me to the casinos in Connecticut, and I might as well just put my money in an envelope and mail it to them. Save myself the drive. I might as well just here, take it. But something about when you put me on a cruise, maybe it's because I'm relaxed,
Maybe.
That's something you and I have never really discussed, and we've got a little extra time tonight because there's nothing. We're kind of. I feel like anyway, we're both kind of burnt out with this season anyway. I don't think I've ever been to a casino with you.
No, I don't think so. Although,
do you like going?
Yeah, I do. But just so you know,
yeah.
Like when I've gone with Laura, I am not allowed to be near her when she plays anything because she said she can't win.
Are you the cooler?
To her, I am. I don't know. Like I have to test this with Sean. So.
Oh, Sean's the cooler.
Although
Sean's the cooler.
If Sean and I are both there, does that negate the effect?
Now we got like some sort of like electromagnetic heat transference thing going on here. I don't know. I don't know. For folks who don't know the story, the very short version of it is on my bachelor trip, my brother and I couldn't sleep. So we ended up in an Atlantic City casino at like 7 a.m. on a Saturday. And we were playing Let It Ride, and we were both up really nicely. We were hitting like every other hand, getting some no-brainers. If you ever played Let It Ride, there's such a thing as a no-brainer where you just look at your cards and go, yep, I'm going to win this hand, so I'm not going to do anything. And we were up, and then Sean woke up and wandered into the casino and sat down next to us. Half an hour later, my brother was back to even. I was down like $50, and the dealer just looked at Sean and went, "You need to leave. You're a cooler." And he was like, "What?" And he goes, "You're a cooler. You stole all the heat from our table." And of course, the source is going to take on anything to explain why he's back to even. He goes, "Yeah, what the hell? Who the hell even invited you?"
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're both left-handed.
Maybe. Oh, lefties are coolers. Oh, wow. We might be onto something here. So let me ask you this. What do you like to play when you go to the casino?
Two things. One is video poker because you can just sit at a bar and drink. Yeah. It's convenient.
And usually if they see you playing enough, they'll let you drink for free.
Yeah. And I know it's silly. I really enjoy roulette personally.
See, I've never liked roulette. I can't. Maybe it's because I'm bad at it. It's not a difficult game.
No, not really.
Pick the number. Well, that's too much variance there. Okay, well, there's 3 groupings of numbers. Pick into the grouping number. Okay, even that's too much variance. All right, red or black. It's a fucking coin flick. Pick a color. It's not a hard game to play, but I've never been very, very good at it. Conversely, my favorite game in the casino is craps. which is an insanely complex game to play if you really get into it.
Yeah, people who are into that are into it.
And it's around the world. Let that ride. I'm gonna buy in on the 9. I don't understand any of that shit. I understand, set the mark, hit the mark, bet a number, and ironically enough, you know what? We have been to a casino night together because we went to the casino night at Two Roads.
We did. I don't know if that counts. Deb was there too.
I taught her to play craps. She liked craps.
Do you know what
she only bet one thing, but she liked it.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all that matters.
All she bet was the field. That was it. All she bet was the field.
Oh, all right.
That was it.
You know what I would really enjoy to learn how to play, but I'm too scared because people are more into this than craps, is Sickbo.
You know who knows how to play Sickbo?
Who?
The Source.
He does?
He knows how to play Sickbo.
That's so random. Really?
That's the dice in the cage, right?
No, that's the Chinese card game. But I think there's dice in that too. Yeah, there's dice in that. I don't know if it's in a cage. Is it in a cage?
Are you thinking of Pai Gow? Are you thinking of Pai Gow Poker?
No, I think I'm thinking of Sickbo. I think
Sickbo's the one that's like an hourglass shaped cage with a couple of six-sided dice.
Then yes, yep. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Source knows how to play that.
How does he know how to play that?
I don't know. I just know that he knows because we've walked by it before, and he's like, "Oh man, Sickbo, I might have to play today." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know how to play Sickbo."
So you're saying he's spent time in Hong Kong?
No, he spent time in Foxwoods because there's a couple Sickbo tables in Foxwoods.
There are. I know. This one story, and I know this sounds bad, but it makes sense if you understand this game. And I may have said it on this podcast before, but I don't remember.
Go for it.
It was in Foxwoods, and I'm just walking around, right? And you know how in casinos you can walk in the aisles and there's like guards where the rug starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this couple in front of me, they're looking for the Dunkin' Donuts, and they don't know where to go. And they ask the guard, and they're like, "We know there's a Dunkin' Donuts around here, but we don't know where to go." He's like, "Okay, this is what you're gonna do." And he's like, "First of all, this is gonna sound really bad, but," he's like, "go down this hallway, take a right. When you see a bunch of Chinese people screaming and smoking, the Dunkin' Donuts is behind them." And it was
behind a Sickbo table.
It was 4 Sickbo tables because I followed them. It was 4 Sickbo tables.
That's how you're curious. You gotta see what it is.
It was completely crowded, smoke everywhere, and people screaming and jumping up and down. I'm like, well, the guard was not wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at a Sickbo table. It's very basic. You can, much like the games you were describing, there's different levels. You can bet on a number to come up on the 6-sided dice. Like I could just put $5 on 6, and if one of the numbers comes up as a 6, I win 1-1. If 2 of them come up, I win 2-1. If 3 of them come up, I win 3-1. I can bet on specific combinations. I think a 3 and a 5 are going to come out, and I can put money on that. Or I can put money on the total. I can say that whatever dice is going to come out, it's going to total 12. And it's 3 dice, and obviously it's weighted up and down. But I can even go with, I can always say, well, 2 of them are going to be 1s, 2 of them are going to be 5s. And you can, ready for this, for 180 to 1 odds, you can predict all 3 dice come out the same number and predict the number.
Huh.
So
this is like
$5 on force.
So this is almost like dice roulette.
It is like dice roulette. Yes, it is. Except it feels like there's even more levels. This is what craps is like. Because craps, you can just bet on the mark is going to get hit before a 7's going to hit. Or I can bet the mark is going to get hit and I think a 6 will come out at some point. Or I can bet that 6 will be 2 3s. So I'll put numbers on the I'll put money on the 3. It is crazy. Oh, all right, we need to go to the casino.
So in craps, can I bet on what you're going to roll? Like, can I bet?
That's exactly what you're betting on.
Oh, it is. Okay. So I'm betting either you're going to hit X number or you're not.
So the base bet is called the pass line.
Yep.
And so you put $5 in the pass line, you pick up the dice and pick a random number that you can get on the dice other than a 7.
5.
So you roll a 5. 5 is now the mark. your pass bet now pays off if you roll a 5 before you roll a 7.
Oh.
That's all you're betting on and the pass bet. That's the base bet. But now you rolled a 5. Well, 5's going to take you some time, and I think you've got magic dice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put money specifically on a 6, an 8, and a 9. And then if you roll a 6, I win on that bet, and my bet for the 5 is still active.
Oh.
The bets don't clear the board until you crap out with 7. Now, if you roll a 7 before a number is set, like you pick up the dice the first time you roll a 7, everybody wins. Everybody in the pass line wins. But you're literally saying, because 7's the most common combination. There's more combinations that equal 7 in a pair of 6-sided dice than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you set, and it has to be a number between 5 and 10. If you roll a 2 or a 3, that's a craps out. If you roll an 11, that pays. But if you roll 12, when you're setting the bar, when you're setting the mark, it has to be between 5 and 10. But once that number is set, everybody just wants you to roll that number a second time. And I played on the ship one time with a woman we affectionately refer to as the soothsayer, because this lady walked up and she put $10 in the pass line, picked up the dice, and threw a 6. Everybody puts down their bets, blah, blah, blah. She picks up the dice, she throws another 6, everybody wins. Well, now the mark resets. She picks up the dice, she throws an 8. Everybody bets. She picks up the dice, she throws the 8 again, everybody wins. And I'm like, what is this lady's magical ability to throw the same number twice in a row every fucking time? And she literally just did, to the point where people were like, okay, the mark is 10. Everybody was betting variations of 10. Oh, put extra money on a pair of 5s. Because this lady was literally just rolling the same number twice in a row, and the pass line was paying like crazy. And then she walked away, and I didn't see her the rest of the cruise until the very last night. And I came back. I went down to the casino that night with like $100. I came back with like almost $500. And my wife was like, what the holy hell happened? And I'm like, the soothsayer. She just like appeared out of a puff of smoke, and then she was gone. The moment she crapped out, she just literally scooped up her chips and left.
Damn.
And then like this is on a cruise.
Yep.
The last day of the cruise, we're in a crowded elevator, and we're in between floors. We're moving between floors, and the doors open on the floor. We're not to the floor we need to be. The doors open, and she's standing there. And she just goes, excuse me, can I sneak in? And she gets in, and she's standing there, and I'm looking at my wife, and I'm mouthing, it's her. It's her. But I can't sit in this crowded elevator and go, oh my God, it's a soothsayer. People are going to think I'm insane. So my wife's looking at me like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. I'm like, it's her. And I'm moving my head like, look. And she's like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. And then we get off the elevator, we disperse. I'm like, that was her. That was a soothsayer. She's real. I did not imagine that night in the casino. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry. We got us way off topic tonight, but that's okay. I like I said, I am tired tonight, and football is just, it has been so rough this season trying to stay on top of all this stuff. It's just, sometimes you just got to take a distraction episode. So,
yeah,
but, and we got to go to the casino.
We do.
We got to go to the casino. Do you have a preference? Do you like Mohegan or do you like Foxwoods? Cause we're in Connecticut.
I think I overall prefer Mohegan. I haven't been to Foxwoods in a really long time, so.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been to either of them, but I do. Mohegan's got better food options. That's really what it is.
True.
They've got the burger bar that's really good, and they've got a Krispy Kreme, which means I can get my sugar high and bet for hours at a time. So, all right, let's do this. We'll set up a production meeting that's going to take place. I guarantee you the source comes out for that meeting. I guarantee you. I
bet he will.
Sean and the source. I don't know about Cinch. Sean and the source will come out for a meeting at a casino. I guarantee it. 100%. Now, the source will lose $20 and then all of a sudden retire to the sports book and start betting on Highlight because that's his thing. But he'll go. As long as he doesn't have to play with Sean, he'll be fine. Because he has still not forgiven him. I've been married 12 years now, so he still hasn't forgiven him from that trip to Atlantic City. But we will be forgiving of you unless you choose not to leave us a review. Leave us a review wherever you found us on any of the sites out there, especially Apple. We would really appreciate it. I realize now that I just started my closing without doing final thoughts. So we're going to say that and then backtrack to final thought. Guys, I am not at my best today. And you know what? Screw it. Sometimes you just do. So, Craig, now that I've already screwed this episode 6 ways from Thursday, what are your final thoughts this week?
Final thoughts are this season is stupid. I know we say that every year, And every year at some point we're like, this season is
Yeah.
dumb. But this year,
Yeah.
in particular, even with COVID, I don't know. This is just dumb. Daniel Jones is like the top quarterback in the league. What's happening? Britt was right. Remember that,
Daniel
everyone.
Jones.
Britt was right. 4 years,
Yeah, but-
5 years too early.
4 years. 4 years at the wrong team. But Daniel Jones actually panned out to actually be a semi-decent quarterback, at least for one season.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the under on all of his season-long bets next year. All of them. Completion percentage, yardage, every futures bet I can get on Daniel Jones, I'm taking the under next year.
Smart.
Because it's just either that or he's going to be amazing and he's going to win the freaking MVP. But yeah, I think that's my final thought too. Is guys, we are a football and beer podcast, and this week we did not drink any beer and we talked very little football. I get it. Life is out there to be lived. Don't pen yourself into doing one thing. Once in a while, you got to break the mold and do something different, like we did tonight. Which I'm sure you guys will be able to make fun of next week because I won't be here. I'm not sure who's sitting in for me next week, but I'm going to see the comedian slash musician Dave Hill perform. So I will not be here. Dave Hill, by the way, there's one song. Everybody's like, who the hell's Dave Hill? I don't know. There's one song if you've ever watched Last Week Tonight. You ever watched Last Week Tonight on HBO?
Yeah.
The theme song, he wrote it.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's a song from his band Valley Lodge. It's it's an instrumental section from a song he wrote. So everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know who the hell that is." Yeah, you do. He wrote the opening for Last Week Tonight. But yeah, Craig will be back next week with one of our contributors, and they'll probably talk more football. I'm not going to pen them in either. They can do whatever the hell they want when I'm not here. They're grown ass men. How do you like that?
So there.
So there.
So hot.
So enjoy the football, and hopefully your team is doing better than our teams, both in real life and in fantasy, and you're having a hell of a time with the season. Me, I'm planning a trip to the casino because, God damn it, we need one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right, we will talk to you guys next week. Everybody have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining us. My name is Britt.
My name is Craig.
And we are the Football Fignuts Podcast. Oh, and hi, Deb.